Hi everyone, and welcome back to Genealogy Sucks. Today I'm going to be talking to you about roadblocks, I guess you could call it. I have gotten back as far as my great-grandfather Francesco's parents. I believe he had siblings, at least a brother, or maybe a sister. I found a immigration document where he came to America with his father, and he was 17, and he came to live with his cousin, Emilio Coletta. I haven't been able to find anything else about Emilio Coletta, which sucks, because that would give me a lead further into who I'm related to, really. So I started looking at my Graham's family a little bit also, just to bide my time until I can submit and get more information, I guess. The problem with Italy is that a lot of things aren't digitized yet. I've probably said that in other videos. A lot of different communes and different places haven't digitized their records. So it's very frustrating for me being in America and not made of money to just have to suffer through it instead of being able to just go and look and make appointments with people at the church and look through birth certificates and all those records. So I'm trying to just pass my time finding relatives that I can, filling my family tree where I can, being pissed that my husband is so much better than this at me somehow. Of course, his genealogy and his family tree is a lot simpler. Everything's more digitized for him. But I did find on my Graham's side a little bit of information. My great-great-grandfather, Nick or Nicholas or Nicola, any of those first names were names that he went by. His last name was Tancredi, and he was not really well liked by my great-great-grandmother's family. He was kind of wild, and I was told or handed down a story where he would wrap snakes around his waist and put them under his shirt to pull up his shirt and surprise people, which is super weird, and I'm glad that's not an inherited trait. My grandfather did not really like that grandfather very much of his. He didn't like his grandfather Nicholas or Nicola or Nick. I don't know what he called him. I found out that he was born in January of 1881, died December of 1951, and immigrated to the U.S. around 1901. I found his mother and father's names, which I can't pronounce his mother's maiden name, but it's Mary and then Dominic Tancredi. My Graham had a brother named Dominic. He was a little bit younger than her, I believe. And then my great-great-grandfather actually was married twice. My great-great-grandmother, Annunziata or Nancy, passed away when my grandma was very young. My great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather remarried to someone named Jenny. I have it written down. Jenny Pricalia. And so they married and had more children. So she has actually 4 siblings. The saddest thing to me about this research, this half of, or branch, I should say, of the family tree, is that my great-great-grandmother's history is erased, pretty much. My Gram's stepmother, from what I've been told, they didn't treat my Gram well. She's not alive to tell her story. I'm not going to attempt to tell her story for her. However, it's sad to me that her mother died so young, and I can't figure out where she died. I can't figure out when she came to the United States. I can't find out anything in census records, nothing. And that's really frustrating. And honestly, Italian genealogy, it's brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. My grandma on my mother's side, I can trace her genealogy back forever. It's back to like the 1600s. It's ridiculous. And I really highly recommend using FamilySearch.org to create your family tree, because you can search for deceased persons to add them to your tree. And that's been a huge resource for me. So I super highly recommend that. I'm going to finalize this video by saying that you might not see me upload as frequently with my work schedule changing a little bit. The weather's getting nicer, and I have a 4-year-old to keep busy. So I will keep you all posted. But just thank you all for watching, and have a good week.